Today we're going to be making the sketch A and B figure. First figure is sketch on front. I'm going to break this figure into three pieces. So we're just going to get out of our corner rectangle tool and click, drag, click. And we know that this is going to be a 3 enter, 3 enter. And we are going to count the cubes, and we know this is going to be an extrude. That is going to be 3, enter. And then now that that is created, we're going to say check, finish that sketch. We're back in the part environment. We're going to hit sketch on our right side. We're going to use our corner rectangle tool. We are going to highlight this existing geometry. So you see that endpoint highlight with the circle and the square? This is an edge, this is the face, this is the endpoint. We're going to click, drag, click, and I know that this is 2 enter by 1 enter. Now we're going to extrude that 2 inches and finish that extrusion. And then we are going to rotate around. We're going to say that we need one more sketch on this right face. We will reference the existing geometry here, pull up to here. It's highlighting this, knowing that we have that. So that is 1 inch, and then this is the 3 inches. We know that since this and this were constraining each other, so you see this line, this line, this line, and this line are all black, so everything is constrained, so I don't have to worry about putting any kind of dimensions in. We're just going to hit extrude, and we're going to extrude that out 3 inches. And we are done with figure 1. Now figure 2 is a little bit tougher. Figure 2, sketch, and we're going to select the front plane over here on our feature tree because it's easier to see behind this. And we're going to say sketch 4, and we are going to take our rectangle tool, and I'm going to reference this geometry, pull it over, I'm going to click, drag, click, and I know that this is 6 enter by 4 enter. And I'm going to extrude that out 3 enter. And I messed something up, so I'm going to undo it. And I'm going to extrude that by, click that, that would help, 3 enter. And now we have to take out this corner here. And so I know that it's 2 by 3 is going to be our removal. So let's do a sketch on the top of our figure. And click, drag, click. We know that we are going to be going this is 2 enter, 3 enter. And I'm going to hit escape and hit undo. And I'm going to undo one more. And I think I've hit a midpoint here, so this wasn't letting me dimension it properly. Let me just double check. Dimension. It is 3, so I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to hit dimension. I'm going to select this cube here. That's 1.66. That needs to be 2. And so change that. I think I hit this midpoint here, and that's why it was throwing all those red icons. So all I did was just go back, undo 2 spaces until it went away, and then I made sure I dimensioned this properly. And I'm going to say extrude, but now I want to cut that away. So I want to remove, so I click remove for this, but I don't want to remove all the way down, which is 4. So now we have our remove and then check mark. Now that's gone. But now we're faced with this diagonal. And if we look back at the feature in Schoology, we'll know that it goes up from 1 and then back 1 from this edge. So the first thing you might say is that you've got to draw a triangle on the back. So we rotate around. We said to ourselves, if we drew a triangle this big, then that would work. There's something really easy. We're going to go back to our last activity where we did the fillet and chamfer, and we're going to use chamfer. And we're going to not use equal distance, we're going to use two distances. And this one is going to be 4, and this distance is going to be 3. And we're just going to select this edge right here. Finished. But what if you didn't know about that tool? So we're going to go ahead and sketch, and we're going to select the front plane. I'm going to select my rectangle tool. I'm going to come in like this, and I'll make sure that I'm keeping everything in line. It just looks neater. I'm going to click, drag, click. I know that this is 6. Actually, we could do it this way. Let's backspace. Let's say 3, enter. And then this is 4, enter. Then we can extrude that. Click here, 3, enter. But now we have to put this portion on, and that was 1 by 3. So we can say check mark, sketch on the right side. We can use our 2-point rectangle. I don't want to hit that because that would lock it in at 1.5. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to click that. And you can see those things are still blue, and we know that this needs to be 1 inch wide. We know that that is 4. Since it's already 4 and it's fully constrained, instead of, if I hit enter, it just throws me those warnings because we made it 4 and then we told it with the number 4, and that made it confused. So we're just going to hit undo, and then we're going to get rid of that because we know that it's dimensioned properly. Let's extrude that we just made out 3, enter. So instead of building it as a rectangle and then cutting this rectangle out, now we've built it in 2 different pieces, which is more work. All right, and then we're going to come around to the back. And we're going to sketch on here. Now, when we sketch on this corner, let's turn it around to the back, roll in. So I want to create a line that goes from here and comes down 3, enter. So I click, drag, click that. I clicked and unclicked my tool so I could let go of it so I could start again. So I have my line tool, click, drag, click. And this is 4.545, but we want it to be 4, enter. Now I'm just going to use my line tool. Somehow it turned into a radius, I don't know. 3, 4, 5. And we're going to extrude as a remove this. And we want it to do 1. We want it to go all the way across for 3, enter. I'm not hitting delete or anything. There it is. And then check mark. You get the same thing. 2 different ways to get to the same place. Make sense? All right, those are your 2 figures.